This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation. Etowah Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the national anthem?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the ballpark. Adam Gore on hand here for Let's Go ICCTV.com. Game 1 of possibly 2 this afternoon out here at Roy Crescent Field. We're going to say not a Chamber of Commerce-like day this afternoon. Temperatures steadily dropping. There's rain in the forecast. But as I told many people, Noah could be grabbing Rick Collier by the arm saying, get on the ark. And Rick's going to look back at Noah and say, no, let's get this game in real quick. So the Indians are going to try to play 2 this afternoon here against Snead State. We do want to thank everyone watching here on Let's Go ICCTV.com. Now, if you're tuning in looking for the softball game, that'll be on the Blue Channel there for those that are maybe looking for the softball game this afternoon here on Let's Go ICCTV. We'll take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineups here in a moment. On the mound for the Indians is going to be Medlin. Of course, this is our second broadcast, so still learning some of these names. Justin Medlin. He's listed as a pitcher/outfielder. He's a 5'10", 165-pound freshman out of Ripley, Mississippi. He went to Ripley High School as he's taking his warm-up tosses here. So Medlin will be getting the start in Game 1. Of course, one note that we're going to keep an eye on throughout the day, and if we play 2, could be a note of significance here in Game 2. Coach Collier right now sitting on win 498, so two wins away from his 500th win as the head coach here at ICC. So ICC taking their warm-up as we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening pitch. Medlin's toss and the throwdown, and so we'll be getting set to go here. Due up for the Parsons will be the leadoff batter, Rich, the second baseman, Schofield, and McCollum.
Leading off for the Parsons, number 22, Jacob Rich.
And so this will be the first home game of the day, or of the year as well, for the Indians. And the bunt's going to be laid down. It's going to be a fair ball. The ball just decided to stay fair. The Indians played it correctly that time as it just danced down the third baseline, did not go foul. And so that's a hit for the Parsons, and now up will be Schofield. So a little small ball starting things off here.
Ontario Schofield.
As now Schofield will come to the plate. We're in the top of the first inning, game one between ICC and Snead State. Of course, Snead State out of the Tuscaloosa area. So Medlin checks the runner over at first, delivers. That one fouled back for strike one. Schofield, the center fielder, batting in number 2 spot this afternoon for the Parsons. We'll try to keep you updated throughout the day as well on softball and how things are going over there. The wind is blowing this afternoon, so the temperatures are going to be dropping in a hurry, as this is going to be a foul ball down the third base side, so we'll do it over now. 0-2 is the count with no outs and a runner on first here for the Parsons. Softball was scheduled to host 4 games this afternoon. The weather kind of washed that out. Marion Military, however, said, hey, we want to play if we can get 1 or 2 in. So ICC softball is on the blue channel taking on Marion Military. That pitch called a ball, gets away, nicely blocked up that time by Neighbors to keep the runner at first. So 1-2 now is the count. As Schofield gets set to dig in here. No outs and a runner on first. Throw over to first, not in time. As Rich, who bunted his way on the first at bat of the game, slides back safely. Well, anything hit high in the sky this afternoon is going to be interesting. 1, because of the wind. 2, because of how wet the outfield is. As that pitch up tall for a ball. 2-2 now the count. And here's the fun part. If you hit a little looper out to the outfield, it could either hit and roll, it could bury itself in the grass. So it's going to be an adventure anytime the ball is hit to the outfield this evening. That pitch inside gets away. Runner's going to go and will advance. So the runner takes second on the pass ball. And now the count goes full, 3-2. So Schofield will dig in here. Medlin, little rocky start here. His collegiate debut on the mound. And this pitch hammered and foul. Well, just a reminder, if you ever do come out to crew ball, or excuse me, why did I call it crew ball? I haven't been called crew ball in forever. Crescent Field, you don't want to park near the ballpark, as you'll probably get a window knocked out. So the 3-2 pitch after the foul ball on its way, and there's strike 3, and it's a beauty. And that is a Renaissance Bank strikeout there.
Now batting number 4, Braden McCollum.
That's Braden, the first strikeout of the day. And now up will be McCollum. So 1 out and a runner on second. And that pitch for a strike. Nice job now by Medlin to kind of settle down here and start to locate the strike zone. So runner at second with 1 out. And this is the right fielder, McCollum, batting in the 3 spot here for the Parsons. This pitch fouled back out of play. Strike 2. Well, you can hear the wind blowing over the microphone here high above Crescent Field. Got some fans making their way out to the ballpark here, trying to enjoy a beautiful day. Not so quite for baseball, maybe trying to find a warm spot in the ballpark. 0-2 is the count with 1 out and a runner on second. And time is taken by the batter, as he felt like Medlin just taking a little too much time for his liking that time, so he wants to reset here. This pitch, foul back and out of play, will stay at 0-2. That came off the hitting barn and to our left, as you heard there. So 0-2 is the count with 1 out and a runner on second here for Snead State. So waiting the 0-2 pitch, and it's up high for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss that time, especially after McCollum has swung aggressively after 2 pitches. Just couldn't get him to chase one out of the strike zone. 1-2 now is the count here on McCollum. Hanson on deck, the DH batting in the 4 spot for the Parsons. Breaking pitch outside. Nice job by Neighbors to go out and find that one before he got away from it to allow the runner to advance. 2-2 now goes the count here on McCollum. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out and a runner on second. Top of the first, no score. This pitch popped up. Left fielder chasing over in foul territory. Going to try to hurry. Just gets into the bullpen area. And so nothing but an exciting foul ball there as the count will stay 2-2. Great job by LeBron Sedale giving chase that time. Almost had a shot at it. Just ran out of real estate as the wind kind of carried it foul and out of play. So 2-2 remains your count here. Wind is shifting throughout the first inning so far, mainly blowing left to right, basically from foul pole to foul pole, occasionally shifting to blow straight into the ballpark. There's a ground ball up the middle. Pitcher fields it, throws over, and will get the out. So score that one 1-3 of the putout of McCollum for the second out of the inning for those of you scoring at home. As I said, I say that all the time, kind of revert back to my radio days. I don't know if anybody still scores baseball. I know I do when I go watch a baseball game, but I don't know if anybody listens at home and still scores a baseball game. So now up is going to be Hanson, the DH. Pitch missing high, 4 ball. Runner was able to advance to third. That was Rich, who got on by a bunt, advanced on a pass ball, and then it took to third after the ground out by McCollum. Check swing goes. That's a strike. 1-1 now is the count with 2 outs. So Medlin, he's a lefty. And that's a beautiful pitch across for a strike. I may just do a check and see. This may be the most left-handed student athletes I've seen in ICC in a while. There's a lot of them on the men's basketball team. Got a good many left-handers on the baseball team. I don't know how many football players we've got that are left-handed. That pitch is up high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on third. Medlin trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. Hanson, however, trying to extend the inning here for the Parsons. Pitch is on its way. Popped up. Neighbors is going to go back, but it's going to get out of play over the top of the ICC Foundation broadcast booth. So we'll stay at 2-2. Once again, for those that might be tuning in, looking for the softball game, it is on the Blue Channel this afternoon. So they're hosting Marion Military. We'll try to keep up with updates of that throughout the afternoon. They are live as of 4 minutes ago. They are on the Blue Channel. Swung on and missed, and there's strike 3. A big-time strikeout there for the Indians. And that ends the inning and gets ICC out of the jam.
There were no runs off of 1 hit and no errors.
So we will move to the bottom of the first inning, where to be Lancaster, Krieger, and Medlin due up here for the Indians. Medlin with a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on letsgoicctv.com.
Itawamba Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. As you saw a couple of commercials there, it's an adventure as we're all trying to figure out the new bells and
Leading
whistles
off of
here
the
in the
Indians,
press
number
box.
10, Jackson Lancaster.
As it'll be Lancaster leading things off here for the Indians in the bottom of the first. Scoreless contest between ICC and the Parsons of Snead State. And there's a swing on the first pitch. It's a hard hit fly ball, but recorded an out to center field of Lancaster. Boy, I tell you what, Lancaster took a chop at that
Now
one.
batting number 15, Kyle Krieger.
So now what will be the third baseman, Kyle Krieger. So a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts for Medlin in the top of the first. Scoreless. That's a beautiful breaking pitch across for a strike. This is Willingham on the hill here for the Parsons. That pitch missing, 1-1 now is the count. Trying to find Willingham's first name. Don't really have that. That pitch across for a strike. Amos Willingham, the pitcher. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 2-2 now is the count with one out. 2-2 pitch coming from Willingham. Right back up the middle. Pitcher finds it. A little soft toss over across the way for the putout. 2 outs now. And now Medlin, the pitcher slash DH, will be coming to the plate for the Indians.
Now batting number 11, Justin Medlin.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the afternoon goes as the temperatures continue to drop here. Ball's just not going to jump off the bat that much, especially with the wet ground on ground balls. And that pitch fouled off. This is Medlin at the plate for the Indians. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning, ICC and Snead State. The first of scheduled 2 games this afternoon. And time is taken by the pitcher. You'll see by the batter. The pitcher went through with his motion, especially on a cold day like today. You want to make sure you do that. So now, the wind blew one of the storage units open on the side, so they're asking them to close that. We have some wind-related issues all day today. So waiting the pitch here That one just outside for a ball. So you hear the wind picking up here at the ballpark. A not so Chamber of Commerce like day here at the ballpark. If you are on your way out to the field, grab a jacket or 2 or 3. As this shot deep to right field. If it stays fair, it's gone. And it's out of here. Or did they say it was foul?
Man, that was too pretty to be foul.
And the umpire's going to call it foul. There's no way. Of course, we don't really have a option of instant replay of the hit up here. But they're going to say a foul ball. Oh, my goodness. Tough break there as Medlin just smoked that curveball that hung up that time on Willingham. And Medlin watched it down the line, and he turned first. And really and truly, that should have been maybe the first base umpire's call, but tough break there for the Indians, taking a run off the board and the first home run of the season. So I think it's 1-2 is the count. He didn't really show it to us up here. He just showed it to the side. That pitch in the dirt, 2-2 now, goes the count. Well, Medlin gave one a ride, but the delay on the call now there's a shot now down the left field line. That's going to be a foul ball and out of play. And we'll stay at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the first inning, game 1 of Schedule 2 with Snead State. Ground ball, foul ball, so we'll do it all over again. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Medlin in a battle at the plate right now. And that pitch missing low for a ball. 3-2 now goes the count. Full count here to Medlin. Medlin could help his own cause with the base hit here. We thought he helped his own cause with what looked to be a home run. That was slow called a foul ball. 3-2 pitch popped up. Center fielder drifting back. Left fielder coming in and bumps into him, but the shortstop will hold on to the ball. So the Indians go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 1. We'll take a break and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
I love these soft pretzel twists.
They're so soft and salty, I like to sample them. That was a tongue twister!
Here's another one. Peter Piper picked a pack of perfect pretzels.
Hold up. Your last name is Piper?
Try a new warm and buttery soft pretzel twist with the Sonic Fruit Fizz. This is how you Sonic.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
When I think of potential, I think of a matchstick. When a matchstick reaches its potential, it releases a flame that ignites everything around it. 2018 brings new potential for you and your life at Itawamba Community College, where you are each empowered to do great things. You can be better, accomplish more, and live a life that is above the bar. Your potential is here.
And welcome back now as we move to the top of the Second inning, another bunt laid down. And it's going to be gloved and thrown over in time. Score that 1-3 of the putout of Williams. Much like they tried in the first inning, they were able to sneak on Rich with a surprise bunt. Not able to do so there as Medlin defending his position nicely. So the first baseman, Williams, is retired. And now what will be Hartsfield, the shortstop, and then Cook, the left fielder, will be on deck. We're in the top of the second inning. No score. Of course, now that no score is after we thought we had a solo home run by Medlin, but instead a late call called it back and said it was a foul ball. That pitch across for a strike. That pitch across for a strike. Medlin's starting to get a little bit of his groove going here. So 1-2 is the count now. And that's going to do it. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout for Medlin, and that's going to be his third.
Now batting number 21, Dylan Cook.
So 2 away now, and up will come the left fielder, Cook. 3 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the afternoon here for Medlin. That pitch missing for a ball. That pitch finds the zone for a count, or excuse me, for a strike, keeps the count at 1-1. That pitch missing for a ball. 2-1 now is the count with 2 outs and nobody on. Once again, if you're tuning in looking for the softball game, that's on the Blue Channel right now. Ground ball, slow roller to the shortstop. Gloves, throws across the way, and that's going to be an error. The E6 allows Cook to reach. It was a tough play, but still plenty of time to make it that time. As a throw drew the first baseman off the line, just could not get to it quick enough. And so a 2-out error will bring up Attaway, the third baseman. So now this is going to be Attaway, the third baseman. He fouls this one off for strike 1. That's off the shoulder of Neighbors. So the umpire's going to let Neighbors, or maybe the forearm of Neighbors, allow Neighbors to kind of walk that one off. Goes in, delivers the ball to the pitcher here. Yeah, that don't feel good. So with the foul ball, that was a strike 1 call. They're allowing Neighbors a few tosses back to the pitcher, make sure he's good to go. And he is. Swung on and missed for a strike. 0-2 now is the count. Games for Sunday for ICC baseball have been canceled. And there's strike 3. Beautiful pitch that time from Medlin. And Medlin is dealing, folks. He has got 4 Renaissance Bank strikeouts through 2 innings pitched.
In the inning for Snead State, there were no runs, no hits, and 1 error.
So no runs, no hits, 1 error on the part of the Indians, but Snead State could not cash in on it. We'll move to the bottom of the second inning, where it'll be Siddell, Bunch, and Weaver due up for the Indians. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Itawamba Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton. This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
And welcome back. Now as we're in the bottom of the second inning, Sedale will lead things off here for the Indians. He's playing in left field, takes that first pitch low for a ball. Try to bring you softball updates throughout the afternoon. As that pitch, once again, low in the zone, ball 2. And I'll say it a lot, so people probably watching the baseball game will get tired of me saying it, but if you're looking for the softball game, it's on the Blue Channel right now, and it's 1-0 after the top of the first inning. Marion Military with the lead in Game 1 of softball. And correction, as soon as I say that, Meg Sullivan hits her second home run of the year as the check swing low for a ball. Meg Sullivan smashes a 2-run shot to left to give the Indians a 2-1 lead over Marion Military. That's in the bottom of the first. So Sedale with a 3-1 count. Fouls this one over towards the soccer fields for strike 2. So yeah, as soon as I update Twitter, there it was just 9 seconds ago. It's the second home run of the year for Meg Sullivan, the sophomore out of Springville, Alabama. Your score here is 0-0. ICC still looking for their first hit of the afternoon. There's a little flare off the fist of Sedale. Shortstop will go back and make the play for the putout. Second time, back-to-back times the Indians have been retired on a pop-up to the shortstop. Now up will be the first baseman, Russell Bunch.
Now up for the Indians, number 22, Russell Bunch.
So Bunch, a Itawamba AHS graduate, will dig in here trying to get things going for the Indians. They went 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first and 1 out now with nobody on in the bottom of the second. That pitch missing low and inside for a ball. Weaver, the right fielder, is on deck. Bunch takes a look at that one. Breaking pitch falls off the table just a little too soon. 2-0 now goes the count to the first baseman. Bunch rips one. Second baseman finds it, throws it over in time for the putout. 4-3. Well, I thought it might have been a line out, but the infield umpire said it hit the ground, so he did get the toss over. 4-3 on the putout. Now 2 away, and this will bring up Kyle Weaver,
batting number 2,
the right fielder.
Kyle Weaver.
So the Indian bats, after being red hot against Calhoun, are ice cold here this chilly afternoon in Fulton. Kyle Weaver, the right fielder, trying to get them started here for the Indians. That pitch missing low for a ball. Wind is now blowing into the ballpark from the football field. Pretty strong wind as well. And that pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count with 2 outs and nobody on for the Indians. Pitch coming, popped up a mile high. First baseman, catcher both chasing over. And it's going to go out of play. And the count will go 1-2 here on Weaver. If Weaver were to reach the Millerin, the second baseman, would be up next for the Indians. ICC looking for their first hit of the day. Only one hit between the two teams, and that was a leadoff surprise bunt by Rich. He was eventually left stranded over at third. So the 1-2 pitch coming. It's low and in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Nobody on base to really do any damage with that there. 2-2 now. Goes the count here on Weaver. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Weaver got to protect the dish here. And he takes a look at strike three. Weaver thought that pitch was a little inside. The umpire did not agree. And that's going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Willingham. And the Indians go 3 up, 3 down once again here for the second straight inning. We're scoreless after 2 complete here in Fulton. We're going to step away and take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Itawamba Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton.
I love these soft pretzel twists.
They're so soft and salty, I like to sample them. That was a tongue twister!
Here's another one. Peter Piper picked a pack of perfect pretzels.
Hold up. Your last name is Piper?
Try a new warm and buttery soft pretzel twist with the Sonic Fruit Fizz. This is how you Sonic.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now to move to the top of the third inning. Scoreless contest here in Game 1 between ICC and Snead State. For Snead State, it'll be the 9-1-2 batters due up here. Reeves, the catcher, will lead things off here. As it's Medlin on the hill here for the Indians. Fastball paints the corner for a strike. Medlin kind of got a little bumpy start, but eventually settled down in his collegiate debut to find the zone, and he's been filling it up nicely here for the Indians. Reeves, the catcher, stands in. Looks at that looping pitch that hangs up high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here on Reeves. Reeves, Rich, and Schofield due up here for Snead State in the top of the third inning. Rich, the only person to get on base safely this afternoon. That pitch across for a strike. And 1-2 now goes the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Medlin getting set to deliver. That pitch high and inside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count here on Reeves. So the 2-2 pitch coming. Oh, thought he was about to sit him down there, but the umpire says that pitch just a little too outside for his liking. And now the count goes 3-2. Lights are on here in Fulton at 1:30 in the afternoon. That tells you what type of weather we've got as that pitch hangs up high. And for the first time this afternoon, Medlin will offer a free pass on a walk. So for the second inning this afternoon, the first inning, the Rich started the ball game off of that little surprise bunt to get on. He eventually advanced on a pass ball to second and on a ground out by McCollum to third, but was left stranded after a Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the first inning. So now Reeves will stand in with the runner on first and no outs. Like a little pitch out that time by the Indians to see if the runner was deciding to go. Be interested to see if Snead does elect to run their catcher here. Usually their catchers are not known for their speed. So that pitch outside for a ball. Oh, beautiful all-speed pitch that time. Had the batter way ahead of that one. Evens the count now at 1-1. Rich nearly screwed himself in the ground that time, taking such a cut at it. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, and a runner on first. Ground ball is going to sneak its way through. The infield was in that time. Just put it where they ain't. Did Rich, and he's got his second hit of the day. Second hit of the ball game for
now batting number 7,
Snead State.
Schofield.
So now Schofield will come to the plate with runners on first and second. And now Snead State's got something brewing here in the top of the third. Scoreless ball game. Game 1 of 2 scheduled this afternoon. This is Schofield, the center fielder. He struck out swinging, the first of 4 Renaissance Bank strikeout on the day. That pitch fouled back for a strike. Looks like the Parsons are going to sell out here, try to play a little small ball to see if they can advance the runner in a sacrifice bunt situation here. So 0-1 is the count as Medlin checks the runners, now looks ahead, does see the bunt, and the pitch is across for a strike. So 0-2 now is the count. We're joined in the ICC Foundation broadcast booth by ICC Hall of Fame tennis coach Paul Johnson, trying to get out of that weather a little bit. A little chilly out there this afternoon. A beautiful day for tennis, however. That is if you like playing on wet courts in cold conditions. So 0-2 is the count. Pitcher set up way outside, and that's where the pitch is. 1-2 now goes the count with no outs. Top of the third inning, scoreless contest. Runners on first and second here for Snead State. Medlin steps off and looks the runner back to second. The inning started with a walk to Reeves, who is on second, and then a single to left by Rich. His pitch popped up, back, and out of play. Will stay at 1-2. Once again, if you're looking for today's softball game, that's over on the Blue Channel. And the Indians are up 2-1 over Marion Military after 1 complete there at softball. Breaking pitch outside, just could not quite pull the string on that one. 2-2 goes the count here on Schofield. McCullum on deck for Snead State. Medlin in a little bit of a jam here, trying to find his way out of it. This pitch fouled back, will stay at 2-2. Well, the newly named Diamond Girls, they're going to be busy today. There's a lot of foul balls so far. The 2 young ladies up top happy to be in the press box. Emma and Michaela. Got it right. So 2-2 pitch coming. Swung on, and guess what? Another foul ball. I believe that one made its way out to the soccer field. You can usually tell by the oohs and ahs if it does hit a vehicle or not. It's a good thing that soccer doesn't play during the high school part of the year. It'll make for some interesting days with baseball and soccer being side by side. And there's another foul ball. This one going toward the parking lot. Didn't hear anybody. Seemed that anything hit anything that time. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runners on first and second. Boy, it'd be a good time for that 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day from Medlin if he can find it here. Oh, beautiful pitch, just missing up a little bit that time for the umpire's liking. All of a sudden, the strike zone's kind of shifted a little bit. So that pitch was going for a strike earlier, but not so far for Medlin here in the top of the third. 3-2 pitch coming from Medlin. And it's fouled off out towards the bullpen of the Parsons. You saw the first base, or actually didn't see it, but the first base coach from the Parsons bailed out on that one. It was coming right at him that time. Getting a little ribbing from his players in the dugout. So we'll do it over again. 3-2 pitch coming. It's in the dirt, and now bases are loaded for Snead State. So now the Indians running into a little bit of trouble here in the top of the third. This would be McCollum, who grounded out 1-3 in his first at bat. It would be great if the Indians could get a carbon copy of that one, just get the force out at home, and maybe even turn a double play if they can snap it down to first in time. But I'll say this, you don't see a 1-2-3 double play that often. That pitch hangs up high for a ball. So Medlin just needs to take a deep breath right now, settle down, and just focus on getting the ball across the plate for some strikes here. Try to trust in his defense a little bit to see if they can get him out of the jam. Bases full of Parsons. 1-0 is the count. Medlin delivers, and the pitch across for a strike. When I said Medlin goes, I actually looked at the third base runner. He is almost sprinting all the way halfway down the line. If you watch there on the left of your screen, this pitch fouled out of play. Off a tree, and it just missed a huge puddle of water. If not, that ball would be retired from its baseball playing days. So now the count goes 1-2 to McCollum. Ground ball. Shortstop makes the play on it and just had nowhere to go. Could not make up his mind on what he wanted to do that time. So McCollum will reach safely on a single and an RBI for McCollum. That scores Reeves. The play was at home, and you had the force.
Now batting, number 30, Caleb Hansen.
But the Indians just could not go anywhere with it that time. So an infield single for the second hit of the game now. 1-0 is your score. And this is going to bring up Hansen, the DH. Indians start to get a few folks loose in the bullpen as that pitch across for a strike for Medlin. So Medlin running into a little bit of trouble here in the top of the third inning. Bases loaded with no outs in the inning. So that pitch across for a strike. 0-2 is the count. No outs. 0-2 the count. Fastball just set up on the outside that time. See if you couldn't get him to chase a bad pitch. 1-2 is the count. So waiting the 1-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for a big time strikeout there. That's going to be the 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game.
Zach Williams.
And the first out of the inning. And now that'll bring up Zach Williams, who grounded out 1-3 in his first at bat. He will dig in with 1 out and bases loaded. ICC fans, we do want to remind you that Little Caesars now has their mobile app available, mobile ordering available, I should say, here in Fulton. So just download the app, create an account. You can order your pizza, you can pay for your pizza. So the quickest pizza in Fulton just got quicker. So all you got to do now is just download that mobile app and go in and get it and get home. Beautiful breaking pitch across for a strike. 0-2 now is the count. Of course, Jason Ellis, the owner of the Little Caesars here, also has Little Caesars in Boonville and Ripley. They also set up for that mobile order. Swung on and missed for another strikeout. Man, that was just a wicked pitch that time that Williams couldn't hang on to, or hang off of. 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game, and now up will be Hartsfield. Hartsfield struck out swinging in his first at bat. Boy, if the Indians can get out of this jam with only 1 run scored, that would be huge. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-0 is your score. The Parsons loaded the bases with no outs, and now it's 2 outs here in the top of the third. That pitch a little too high. Looks like Medlin might be just trying to force it a little bit too much right now. Just needs to take his time, which he's doing. So So the shortstop digs in, takes that pitch across. Oh, my goodness. Good looking pitch that time. As we said, that one was a strike earlier in the contest. Now, not getting that zone like he was earlier. So 3-0 now is the count here for Hartsville. That fastball across. 3-1 now is the count. So with no place to put Hartsfield, you just got to go after him here with a 3-1 count, 2 outs, and bases loaded for Snead State. 3-1 pitch coming. And that one misses for a ball, so that will walk in a run. So 2 runs now will score in the inning, and bases will remain loaded for Snead State, as that's going to bring Rich across to score. Coach Collier going to make that
Dylan Cook.
Slow stroll out to the mound here. Bases loaded. 2-0 is your score, as Coach Collier is going to come out and talk to his pitcher Medlin here, trying to just buy him a little bit of time maybe for the guys warming up in the bullpen right now. As we said, softball going on the Blue Channel right now. Let's check in and see. And it's now Marion Military 4-2 in the middle of the second after Marion plates 3 runs. So it looks like a little bit of a shootout there, as it's 4-2 Marion Military, as that game heading to the bottom of the second on the Blue Channel. Well, we luckily have the ability to stream both games today. So if you're wanting to flip back and forth between this game, that game, or if you just want to pull them both up at the same time. And now softball doesn't have any play-by-play, so more people would probably want to listen to that than this. As that pitch missing high and outside for a ball. Rafael Henry over there shooting highlights and keeping up with everything. See where Snead State's baseball Twitter account just tweeted at us. We do appreciate everyone that is watching in favor of Snead State right now, and that's probably going to do it here for Medlin, as Coach Collier quickly coming back onto the field here. And that's probably going to be the hook, and it is. So we're going to take a break. We'll have a Choice Pond pitching change, as we'll take a break and come back with more. 2-0 is your score. 2 outs. Top of the third, Snead with the lead. Back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
And welcome back, as Sam Harrington, the new pitcher here. That pitch, not an official pitch, as the batter called time and the umpire, gave it to him really late, as Sam was already in his windup. So Harrington will come in to replace Medlin, who is still responsible for batters on the base here. Is that fastball across for a strike. 2-1 now is the count, as Harrington inherits a 2-0 count. Fastball low, 3-1 now goes the count here to Cook, who reached on an error in his first at bat. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So Harrington trying to get the Indians out of this jam here. 2 runs have already been plated here by Snead State. And that pitch fouled off as the runners were going on the pitch that time. 3-2 is the count with 2 outs here in the top of the third. 2-0, Snead State with the lead. We do invite you to join us as we'll try to stream as many baseball, softball games as we can this season here on the Let's Go ICC TV brand. And the ball in the dirt, and that's going to be a walk. Back-to-back walks now issued. That pushes across a run, and this has just not been a good inning here for the Indians in the third as Schofield comes across to score. It is now 3-0 in favor of Snead State.
Andrew Attaway.
So this will be Attaway, who struck out swinging. Breaking pitch, falls off the table a little too soon for a ball. Well, you look at Medlin, as we said, the runners, all except for Cook, belong to Medlin. He pitched a good game. Is that a pitch across for a strike? He had 6 Renaissance Bank strikeouts this afternoon. Just ran into a little bit of trouble. He's only given up 3 hits. As there's a ground ball, and it's going to be to the shortstop. Long throw across the way, and got him. Beautiful play that time by the Indians to get out of the inning there. Let's take a look back at that one on the Little Caesars replay here. Now we are trying to figure out our replay system to best fit us here, so you'll get to see this one. So score that one 6-3 on the putout of Attaway, and that was a tough play there for the shortstop. Lewis deep in the hole, threw it across the way. Nice stretch by Russell Bunch to go get that third out of the inning. But the damage was done. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and the bases were left loaded. ICC got some work to do here. They trail 3-0. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
And welcome back to action. Let's see if we can. Nope, it's going to replay the commercial. I was hoping it would replay the hit, actually. But Kason Millerin started us off
now batting number 19
with a
Hunter Neighbors.
Single out to right field just over the glove of a leaping second baseman. So now the Indians trying to get 3 runs back here as they trail it 3-0 after a 3-run top of the third inning by the Parsons. A beautiful pitch that time across for a strike. This is the catcher, Hunter Neighbors, the number 8 batter. Indians, that hit by Millerin was the first hit of the afternoon for ICC, as Willingham has been tossing a dime so far. Beautiful breaking pitch, just a little too low for the umpire's liking. Baseball, softball going on here on a chilly afternoon in Fulton. Be surprised if we get in both games this afternoon, as time was taken by the batter. The second time or third time we've seen batters think Willingham taking a little too long for their liking. It's called time. So 3-0 is your score. 1-1 is the count here to Neighbors. Neighbors tries to check up on the swing, and they're going to appeal to the infield umpire. They're going to say it did not go. So 2-1 now is the count. That pitch was in the dirt as Neighbors was able to hang off that one that time. As pitch coming, low and inside for a ball. Got a softball scoreboard update. Corey Childs triples to left to score 1. It cuts Marion's Military's lead 4-3 after 2 complete in game 1. That's on the Blue Channel for those that might be looking for a little softball action this afternoon here in Fulton. Of course, that scoreboard update being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona, John Harrod & Company. Invites you to visit bankofokolona.com. This pitch popped back straight back out of play over the ICC Foundation broadcast booth. Now, when we talk about the ICC Foundation, we do want to remind you coming up on March the 3rd will be the 22nd annual ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert. You can order tickets by visiting iccms.edu/concert. That's iccms.edu/concert. 3-2 pitch instead. It's going to be a toss over to first as Millerin slides over safely. For more information on the ICC Foundation more information on ICC Foundation, visit iccms.edu. Pitch is inside, and that's going to be a walk. So for the first time today, the Indians got something to work with here. Runners on first and second with no out, and now up is going to be the shortstop, Connor Lewis. Lewis, the number 9 batter for the Indians here in game 1.
Now batting number 13, Connor Lewis.
So Connor Lewis will dig in here for his first at bat of the day. Now, we thought the Indians had put a run on the board in the first inning when the pitcher/DH Medlin took one for a ride down the right field line. He had rounded first, and then the umpire called it a foul ball. So a delayed call on the foul ball off what we thought was a home run. Took the run off the board, and that's kind of been the tale of the tape here for the Indians. Up until now, the breaks just really hadn't went the way of the blue and red this afternoon. So this is now going to be Lewis at the plate. That pitch going to miss low and outside for a ball. After Lewis, we go back to the top of the lineup in Lancaster, who put a charge into one, but out to center field. Of course, if you're watching for the first time in a while here, you see the new fence up here at the ballpark. It's got the numbers across the way, 330 down the lines, 390 dead center, 365 to the gaps. As this pitch fouled off, even the count now at 1-1. But I'll say this, if you go put one out of at least, you might be able to get one down the gaps with the way the wind's blowing out to right field today, as we saw that one with Medlin. But if you're going to hit one down the left field line, especially to the 365, 390 part of the park, you're going to have to touch it. So the 1-1 pitch coming. Swung on and missed. Ball got away, but not far enough to allow the runners to advance. 1-2 now goes the count here on Connor Lewis. So Lewis will dig in with a 1-2 count. No outs. Runners on first and second. Bottom of the third. ICC trailing 3-0 here to Snead State in game 1 of 2. Pitch low. And now the count goes 2-2. Well, you start to see Willingham kind of run into a little bit of issues here, much like Medlin did in the top half of the inning before being replaced by Harrington. 2-2 is the count here to Lewis. Willingham now delivers. Lewis swings on it and can't catch up that time. He'll go down swinging for the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Willingham. And now we go back to the top of the lineup with Lancaster, the center fielder, who is 0 for 1 on the day.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Lancaster.
So Lancaster will dig in here. As we said, the ballpark is going to be in favor of lefties this afternoon with the way the wind's blowing, but now it shifts to blowing dead into the ballpark. You see the American flag there at center field, the way it's blowing now. That pitch low and outside for a ball, 1-0. You've got Millerin at second. He's singled over the head of the second baseman to start the inning. Then Neighbors walked. He's at first, and now this is going to be Lancaster at the plate with 1 out. And time is taken. At the left side of the infield, slightly in. Ground ball, shortstop, goes to second. Now they're going to flip to third. In time. Bang, bang play goes against the Indians on that one. Score at 6-4-3 on the Little Caesars double play to get out of the inning. And that was a big-time defensive play there for Snead State. So the Indians get no runs off 1 hit, no errors. And the Parsons get out of the jam with a double play. We're going to step away and let you know how you can order tickets to this year's Gospel Bluegrass concert and more. ICC trails at 3-0 after 3 complete here in Game 1.
Itawamba Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we move to the top of the 4th inning, ICC trailing 3-0 here to Snead State in Game 1.
Parsons, number 15, Riley Reeves.
Updating Twitter, remind you can follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC if you're away from your computer. Or if you're watching one game, want to keep up with the other one without switching your live feeds, you can do that by keeping up with us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. That first pitch high from Harrington, who entered in relief of Medlin, and that pitch high as well. Indians struggling to locate so far this afternoon on a cold day here in Fulton. Actually started off pretty nicely as that pitch across for a strike. Woke up this morning with temperatures probably in the low, creeping towards the mid-60s. There's a hard-hit ground ball blocked up nicely over at third. It's got a long throw across the way and gets the put out. Nice play there to be able to block that one up and keep him in front of him that time, as we'll take a look at that on the Little Caesars replay.
Now batting number 22, Jacob Rich.
As we said, once again, trying to figure out the best way to do our replay system here. As you see there, a ground ball. Score that one 5-3 on the putout of Reeves. Now with 1 out, we go back to the top of the lineup here with Rich, who has been a tough out this afternoon for the Indians. A breaking pitch across for a strike. He's got 2 of the 3 hits for the Parsons. Breaking pitch, and oh, that was a beauty. Missing for strike 2. 0-2 now is the count. Set up on the outside. Couldn't get him to go fishing. Oh, no, got him looking. Wow. A very friendly strike call there, as that one was in the other batter's box. I guess the umpire said, I don't want to be here. Let's get these bats swinging. And so the first time that Rich has been retired this afternoon, first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Harrington. And boy, that was a gift there for Harrington. You saw the catcher set up in the other batter's box. I'd actually just get it as a throwaway pitch to see if you can get him to chase one. As a breaking pitch missing. So, yeah, wow, what a strikeout call on Rich. Ground ball. Shortstop's going to come up, glove it, throw it across the way in time for the putout. Beautiful play there by the Indians to end the inning. So the Indians get a 3-up, 3-down inning, a rare 3-up, 3-down inning of the Parsons this afternoon. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody on base.
No hits and no errors.
We'll move to the bottom of the 4th inning, but before we do, let's hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back. 3-0 is your score now as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. And this is going to be Kyle Krieger at the plate. Krieger, Medlin, and Sedale due up here. Kyle grounded out back to the pitcher in his first at bat. Indians with only 1 hit so far on the afternoon. That pitch inside for a ball. 2-0 now goes the count. That hit belongs to Miller, and the second baseman. We missed it on the broadcast here as they kind of had a quicker between inning warm-ups. Back to start the second. Time is taken here. So Snead State has 3 hits on the afternoon. ICC with only 1. ICC has committed an error. No errors so far on the part of Snead State. The umpire taking a lot of time that time. I was looking down at my stats. So I don't know if he was issuing a warning to somebody, is what Coach Paul Johnson said or what. Didn't really see anything. That pitch inside now. 3-0 goes the count here to Krieger. Well, ICC trails at 3-0. A great Little Caesars double play turn by the Parsons to get out that last inning. A bang-bang play that went the way of Snead State. And that one right down Broadway, and somebody must have said something bad over there for Snead State, as that one thought it was strike 1, instead said it was a little too low, so a 4-pitch walk
Now batting
to
number 11,
Krieger.
Justin Medlin.
And now Medlin, who was the pitcher, now moves to DH, as he was listed as the pitcher DH in this one. I'll say this. I do like to talk about walk-up songs and things like that throughout my broadcast. This one might be one of the most interesting ones I've heard in my 8 years here at ICC. So that was the Imperial March from Star Wars for Medlin. No outs and a runner on first here for the Indians. They trail 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Swings on the first pitch he sees, pops it out, it's drifting foul. And so nothing but a long strike that time on the part of Medlin. Trying to keep an eye on softball this afternoon. 4-3, middle of the 3rd was the last update we had there. That's on the Blue Channel. This pitch lifted a mile high, right fielder drifting over in foul territory and makes the play. So a blast by Medlin, much like we saw in his first at bat. We thought it was a solo home run, but the delayed call by the home plate umpire called it a foul ball, and so now will be Sedale coming to the plate. He popped up to the shortstop, in his first at-bat of the afternoon. So there's one out in the inning. A runner on first. That's Krieger, who drew a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty. Clips the corner of the plate for a strike. Well, we're scheduled for 2 this afternoon, but the pace this game is going may not get both of them in. Sedale looks at the same breaking pitch and just could not pull the trigger on it. Another beautiful pitch by Willingham. Tell you what, Willingham has tossed a nice one. He's had some good help behind him defensively. He's only given up 1 hit. He's walked 2. But more importantly is that 0 he's got going on that bottom line of the scoreboard. And Sedale could not hang off on that one after the 2 breaking pitches. The fastball located outside, and he goes down swinging for the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for the Indians. First time that Sedale has gone down on strikes. So now up will be Russell Bunch, who grounded out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. He's going to have to step in here and try to keep the at-bat alive for the Indians. Runner at first, 2 outs. So Bunch will dig in. Bunch, hard hit. Ball right towards the pitcher, but the pitcher, look what I found, and gets the toss over to first for the putout. So the Indians couldn't get anything going there.
No errors.
No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've played 4. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the 5th inning. Snead State leads it 3-0. Back with more right after this.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has... Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
I love these soft pretzel twists.
They're so soft and salty, I like to sample them. That was a tongue twister!
Here's another one. Peter Piper picked a pack of perfect pretzels.
Hold up. Your last name is Piper?
Try a new warm and buttery soft pretzel twist with the Sonic Fruit Fizz. This is how you Sonic.
And welcome back now to move to the top of the 5th inning. ICC trailing 3-0 here. Just can't get those bats fired up here on this chilly afternoon in Fulton.
Off for the Parsons, number 4, Braden McCollum.
So it'll be McCollum, Hanson, and Williams due up here. This is a 3-4-5 batters for the Parsons. McCollum had a single, drove in a run, part of that 3-run 3rd inning. Takes that first pitch for a strike. He's also grounded out to the pitcher. That was back in the 1st inning, so this is his 3rd at-bat of the day. Big looping breaking pitch. Finds the zone for a strike. 0-2 now is the count. And there's swinging strike 3. It'll be a toss down to first. And that's going to be another Renaissance Bank strikeout, the 2nd of the day for Harrington.
Number 30,
the 8th
Caleb Hansen.
of the day for ICC, but the Indians just at 1 bad inning so far, coming back to haunt ICC. So 1 out now, and this is going to be the DH Hansen, who has struck out twice this afternoon. Takes that first pitch for a ball. That pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Breaking pitch, and boy, it had the batter all kind of jammed up that time. Couldn't find it. Across for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count. Fastball missing low and outside. A Bank of Oklahoma scoreboard update. Hannah Williams singled to score Meg Sullivan. Softball tied with Marion Military 4-4 after 3 complete. Ground ball. Once again, blocked up nicely over there at third. Throw across the way is in time for the putout. 5-3. See some blistering shots over there at third base. The third baseman, Krieger, has done a nice job today, sacrificing his body to get in front of those and get the putout. 2 outs now. And this will be Williams. Williams 0 for 2 in the afternoon. He grounded out to the pitcher and is also struck out. Fastball, a little up in the zone that time. 1-0 is the count. Talk about that scoreboard update. We talk about the Bank of Oklahoma. Visit bankofoklahoma.com. There's a flare out to center field, and it's going to be knifing away, actually cutting over. The wind messing with it a little bit, but it's going to end up being a fly out to right field. That's what we said. When the ball gets up high enough, the flag isn't necessarily waving, but the wind in the trees was pushing that one hard to the right. But a nice job out there in right field by Weaver to come in and get that one. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Parsons there in the top of the 5th. ICC trying to find some bats. Only 1 hit on the afternoon. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Itawamba Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton.
Kyle Weaver.
And welcome back now as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Kyle Weaver, the right fielder up, then Millerin and Neighbors due up here in the bottom of the 5th. ICC trailing this contest 3-0. Indians with only 1 hit on the afternoon, and that belongs to Millerin. He had a little flare out to right field. That pitch, inside fastball, caught a ball. So the Indians need to find a way to figure out the puzzle that is Willingham. As that pitch fouled back, 1-1 now is the count. Willingham has done a good job of changing up his speeds and his locations. He's only surrendered 1 hit. He's walked 2, struck out 3. Other than that, his defense has been solid behind him this afternoon. That pitch across for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Weaver. So waiting the pitch here. 1-2 pitch coming. In the dirt, evens up the count now at 2-2. Not a bad throwaway pitch that time on the part of Willingham. So he's went up top a couple of times. He got it for a strike. See if he couldn't get him to chase a breaking pitch out of the zone. 2-2 now goes the count. And this pitch fouled straight back. And the home plate umpire going to take a moment to walk this one off as it looked like it fouled back off him for a second. The catcher's going to come out there with him. One of those kind of popped up and luckily hit him in the stomach than anywhere else, or we might have a lengthy delay. So 2-2 is the count here. So the umpire going to come back and give him time to kind of collect himself. Good job by the battery of Snead to kind of talk amongst themselves for a second to let the umpire catch his breath. So 2-2 is the count here to Kyle Weaver, the right fielder, who struck out swinging to end the second in his first at bat this afternoon. And that pitch missing low. Count now goes full to Weaver. Three-two pitch coming. Weaver fouls that one back. Count will stay at 3-2. Softball. Bailey Springfield getting the start in game one. She gets a Renaissance Bank strikeout, and they head to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 4. That's with Marion Military. And there's a shot lifted to center field, and it's going to be shallow. Second baseman having to hurry, couldn't find it. Weaver's going to try to slide into second, and he can't. Well, Weaver had committed to going to that time. So you're going to have to give Weaver a single. And then he was put out on the play, 4-6.
Now batting number 5, Mason Millerin.
So that's the second hit of the day for the Indians. But could not stretch that one into a double. Weaver was hoping he could catch Snead asleep, but no. Good job by the Parsons being able to come out and get that play to get Weaver out on a bang-bang play at second. That pitch missing, low 4 ball. So there's 3 hits on the afternoon here for Snead State, 2 for the Indians. But the Indians with nothing to show for it as they trail 3-0. Pitch in the dirt. They're going to appeal and said he went. As Millerin kind of shaking his head over the side. Just could not hold off on that pitch in the dirt that time. And so that one called a strike, 1-1 with 1 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll try to recap your scoring in between innings here, or I should say in between the exchange of innings. As that pitch missing. And a fastball inside, missing for a ball. Now the count goes full at 3-2. Well, understand that we have lost our internet feed down here, so we'll keep the record going and try to get the stream back up here. And that's going to be a walk issued to Millerin, who would head down.
Now batting number 19, Hunter Neighbors.
So now Hunter Neighbors, who walked in his first appearance, he is catching here in game one. That breaking pitch missing, low 4 ball. We'll try to get the feed back up as soon as possible. As this pitch popped up, mile high, right fielder's going to come over and call everyone off and squeeze it for the putout for out number 2.
Now batting number 13, Connor Lewis.
So that's second out now is to right field. There's a shot out to right field. And that's going to be a hit there for Connor Lewis, and that was a hard shot. And now up we'll go to the top of the lineup here.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Lancaster.
And now up will be Jackson Lancaster. So the Indians trying to get something going here with 2 outs. As we go back to the top of the lineup. As that pitch in the dirt for a ball gets away, but not far enough to do anything. As the runners stay at first and second, Lancaster flew out to center. It's part of a 6-4-3 double play to end the 3rd inning. Base hit here could possibly push across the run. With Miller in at second, Lewis at first, 2 outs. That pitch across for a strike. So 1-1 is the count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here for the Indians. There's a shot, and it's knifing away from the center fielder. This is going to be down into the score run. They're going to ask 1 run to score. The throw will come into third, and a big-time base hit there for Lancaster. Lancaster coming up and getting a big-time hit there, his first hit of the day, and it drives in a run there for the Indians.
Kyle Krieger.
As that was Milren who came across to score. And now Krieger will come up here for the Indians. So a big time base hit here as we're going to have a meeting of the mound for the pitcher. So a big time base hit there. We'll see. Looks like they're going to stay with Willingham here. We'll try to update a little bit more on Twitter since the feed is down right now. So runners on the corners here for the Indians with 2 outs. 3-1 is your score. This pitch fouled off.
You got it right here.
0-1 pitch coming. Real. And it's past the diving third baseman. Big time hit there. And the Indians get it going, and the runner takes second. Now ICC trying to get something brewing here as they score another run. And that's going to be a double as he never checked up, did Krieger. And that's going to be an RBI. He rounded second. He had second all in his mind the whole time, and now up is going to be Medlin. And ICC now makes it a 3-2 contest. So Medlin could really help himself get off the hook here if he can get a base hit and tie this thing up. That pitch missing outside for a ball. Pitch coming. This one fouled out of play. 1-1 now goes the count. So the Indians trying to spark a 2-out rally here. Swung on and missed. Just a little high fastball. Couldn't find it that time. Did Medlin. And so now the count goes 1-2 with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Boy, a base hit. Anything down to the gaps in the outfield right now would be huge for the Indians and Medlin. 3-2 is your score. Bottom of the 5th. 2 outs. There's a shot, and it's got a chance. Center fielder's going to have to hurry. He's not going to get to it. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and a big-time base hit there by Medlin, and the Indians have rallied to take the lead. Take a look back at that one on the Little Caesars replay. What a big-time hit there for Medlin. Not only does that score 2 runs, but it also gets Medlin off the hook for the loss. And now there's going to be a slow roll here to the pitcher's mound, and that's going to do it for Willingham. That scored Lancaster and Kreger. And the Indians now have taken a 4-3 lead here with 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. While they're working on the live feed here, I'm just going to kill the audio and let them continue to try to get this back on the air. We'll step back with the new pitching change here. ICC now leads at 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. ICC now takes a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. A nice 2-out rally by the Indians that pushed across 4 runs. And now this will be LeBryant Siddell, who is 0 for 2 in the afternoon with a strikeout, trying to keep things going here for the Indians with 2 outs and a runner on first. Siddell takes a look at that pitch, low for a ball. New pitcher in the game here for Snead State is Heath Sin. Not sure how to say that. S-E-N-N is how it's spelled. That pitch inside for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Indians have rallied with 4 here in the bottom of the 5th to take a 1-run lead. There's a hard hit, and it's going to be over the head of the shortstop. Big time hit, that the hits continue here for the Indians. And that one just too tall for the shortstop to get to, and now the Indians, boy, what a 2-out rally here for the Indians. And now this is going to bring up Russell Bunch, who is 0 for 2 in the afternoon with a ground out to second and to the pitcher. Of course, that last ground out ended the 4th inning. So ICC trying to keep this inning going here with 2 outs. They've scored 4 runs with those 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Russell Bunch will dig in here. Russell playing first base, freshman out of Itawamba AHS. Bunch takes that first pitch inside for a ball. Not for sure if the stream is still going on with softball right now. This one's still struggling to get connected back here on the red channel. Swung on and missed. And 1-1 now is the count here on Bunch with 2 outs. Big inning here in the bottom of the 5th for the Indians. Pushed across 4 runs so far. Runners on first and second for Bunch with 2 outs. Bunch fouls that one off. Count will now go 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here for the Indians. That pitch outside for a ball. Well, apparently it is a company-wide issue here with Wi-Fi Sports, as Pearl River struggling with the same issues right now. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 3-2 now goes the count. That pitch misses low for a ball, and Russell Bunch will trot down to first with a walk to load the bases.
Now batting number 2, Kyle Weaver.
So bases loaded here for the Indians, and Kyle Weaver, who started the inning off with a single, tried to stretch it into a double. We'll start it off here. So the Indians have batted around here in the bottom of the 5th. It is bases loaded. So Weaver trying to keep things going here for the Indians. Takes a look at that first pitch across for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Weaver, the right fielder. That pitch gets away. Going to be a rush home here. The throw is not in time. He is safe. Umpire didn't really say safe or out. But the ball got away that time, and the tag was not in time, and the Indians push across another run. Oh my goodness, did they call him out? You saw that right here on the replay, plain as day. My goodness. And Rick is out there drawing it in the dirt right now. That is a big-time missed call there by the umpire. And he's just going to walk away from Coach Collier in this situation. And the reason why he's walking away from it is because he knows he missed that. You saw it on the Little Caesars replay right here, and Coach Rick Collier is getting his money's worth with the home plate umpire right now. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see if we can see that on the replay one more time here. May not, since they're working on the equipment right now. But yeah, he was clearly safe by a mile. The tag didn't even touch him. His foot touched the plate. So the home plate umpire just
in the inning for the Indians,
missed that one.
5 hits and no errors.
Yeah, Lee Adams tweeted, said foot was on the plate. I saw it up here. You saw it on the replay as well. Foot was clearly on the plate. Plain as day. But the live stream isn't running right now. We're off of air right now because there's an issue with the company that provides it. But we did see the Little Caesars replay there, and my goodness, I say it every time you come to the ballpark, you're going to see something you've never seen before, and that was one of the worst missed calls I have seen in my 20-something years of calling sporting events, whether it be on TV or the live stream. My goodness. But luckily for the Indians, they do lead this one 4-3. Hopefully that run will not come back to haunt them later on the afternoon. We will revisit that play for sure on the replay.
Leading off for the Parsons, number 2, Joseph Hartsfield.
So now it'll be Hartsfield, the shortstop. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up here. And that pitch called a ball. Now let's hope that the on-plate umpire's strike zone doesn't change here after Coach Collier got his money's worth in his ear during the exchange of innings. That pitch in the dirt gets away. Nobody on to do any damage. 2-0 now is the count. That pitch missing, 3-0. Now the strike zone has for sure shrunk. So what a tough break there. Just a missed call and 4 straight pitches is a walk to start the inning here. Second time that Hartsfield has reached on a walk. In his last at bat, he walked in with bases loaded to get the easiest RBI of his career. And so Coach Collier is going to try to come out here and talk to Harrington to kind of calm him down a little bit. And it looks like we're actually going to have a pitching change here as a new pitcher into the contest here for the Indians. So we do have a choice pond pitching change here. And this is going to be number 23, Hunter Hughes, coming in to pitch here for the Indians as we're going to step away and come back with more here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Blue Channel, right after
now
this.
On the mound for the Indians, number 23,
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it will be number 21, Cook, to welcome Hunter Hughes to the game. That pitch going to miss for a ball. Hughes delivers that pitch low for a ball as the Parsons looking to play a little small ball here with Cook, who has walked and reached on an error. And the bunt's laid down successfully. And they're going to throw it to second in time for the putout. So a nice play that time over at third base. That's going to be a fielder's choice. 5-4 on the putout of Hartsfield. And that will close the book there on Harrington. So now with one out and Cook at first base after the fielder's choice, it'll be Attaway. Attaway, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to the shortstop and a strikeout, both to end the second and third innings. So that first pitch across for a strike. This pitch lifted, fly ball out to center field. Center fielder slowly jogging up and squeezes it for the putout for out number 2. Third time today that Attaway has been retired. Now we'll bring up the number 9 batter, and that's going to be Reeves. Reeves 0 for 1 on the day. He did walk and score a run, part of that 3-run top of the third inning for the Indians. Or excuse me, for the Parsons, I should say. Fastball across for a strike. Hughes, another southpaw pitcher here on this Indians lineup. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty for a strike. So the 0-2 pitch coming here from Hughes. Fastball. Outside for a ball, one of those throwaway pitches to see if you couldn't get him to maybe go after one that time. Good job by Reeves to hold off on that one. One-two pitch, fouled it off. And we'll stay at 1-2 now with 2 outs. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first. There it is. A Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the inning there for the Indians. And it's a big one for Hughes. That's his first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. And the Indians get out of the top of the 6th. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th with ICC leading it 4-3. Back with more right after this. And welcome back now as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Weaver, who was at deck, or excuse me, was at the bat after that horrible missed call by the home plate umpire. So he'll get a fresh count here. He is 1 of 2 in the afternoon with a single and a strikeout. He was thrown out 4-6, trying to stretch that first hit, or his last hit, into a double. Weaver, Millerin, and Neighbors due up here in the bottom of this 6th inning. ICC scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. As this pitch fouled back off the netting for a strike. 0-2 now is the count. Fastball low. 1-2 now is the count. The Indians trying to find a way to hold on and win this one. Now this pitch fouled off, and we'll stay at 1-2. When we talk about that one play, we'll try to go back and see if we can look at it after, at some point in the game here, whenever the ball got away on a wild pitch, the ICC base runner clearly touches the bag. There was no tag. As that pitch gets away, let's go back and look at that. That hopefully will not be a play that comes back and haunts the Indians. You saw it there, just plain as day. Excuse me, as that cut to a basketball game for some reason. But yeah, let's look at that one more time. You see the ball got away. The throw home was not in time, and he touched the bag. So tough break there for the Indians, but hopefully ICC can still find a way to nurse this 1-run lead, maybe get another run or two back here in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And that's going to be the first strikeout of the day for Sin. That's a Renaissance Bank strikeout. So now Millerin will come up here for the Indians. That pitch across for a strike. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC leading 4-3. 1 out here. That pitch in the dirt gets away. 1-1 now is the count. Neighbors on deck for the Indians. If either Millerin or Neighbors were to reach him, we'll go to the number 9 batter, Lewis, who is in the hole for the Indians. Beautiful breaking pitch, finds the corner of the plate for a strike.
All it takes is one.
And that pitch in the dirt for a ball. Millerin, the second baseman this afternoon here in game 1. Scheduled to play 2. The rain is creeping into the area. Temperatures have plummeted this afternoon here in Fulton. This pitch fouled off and held on to for strike 3. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts now for the Parsons. So now up will be Neighbors, the catcher, trying to spark a 2-out rally. What the Indians did in the bottom of the 5th, they sparked a 2-out rally where they scored 4 runs, highlighted by a 2-run single by Medlin, put the Indians up 4-3. So waiting the pitch. That pitch going to miss low and outside for a ball. But we will break away at the conclusion of this game after our Renaissance Bank post-game report. First pitch missing for a ball. Second pitch following suit there, 2-0 now, is the count here on Neighbors with Lewis on deck for the Indians. 2-0 pitch coming inside, nearly hitting Neighbors. 3-0 now goes the count. You can see photos from today's games from Lee Adams on ICCimages.com. He's also been trading away innings in between baseball and softball this afternoon. We'll try to give you a scoreboard update on softball here in a moment. So that pitch right down Broadway for a strike. So 3-1 is the count. Pitch coming. Swung on and missed. So now 3-2 is the count. Softball. After 5 complete, ICC leading Marion Military 5-4. And there's looking at strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down go the Indians. 3 straight Renaissance Bank strikeouts here in the 6th. We played 6. ICC 3 outs away from trying to come up with this come-from-behind victory here over the Parsons in Game 1. We're going to step away and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
No errors.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
And welcome back to those that are watching here on the Red Channel. I want to thank Dave Edwards and all the folks out there in LA helping us get back online. Update Twitter, let everybody know we're back. We're going to upload this game to YouTube quickly.
Leading off for the Parsons, number 22.
For those that want to come back and watch this one. That first pitch missing for a ball. Hughes on the heel here for the Indians. There's a shot over the head of the shortstop. And so that'll be a leadoff single by Rich, who has had 3 hits on the afternoon. He has just been an impossible out for the Indians.
Number 7, Zontaria Scottfield.
So Scottfield will come up here. So runner on first, representing the tying run. As they show bunt, pulled back that time. Center fielder Schofield at the plate. No outs. We're in the top of the 7th. ICC leading 4-3 here. And you got to think back to that missed call by the home plate umpire that took a run off the board for the Indians. Check swing down the first base side, gets one. Trying to get the force at second. The throw was up the line, couldn't do so. So Schofield retired. Almost worked as a sacrifice bunt as the throw just was down towards the third base side, pulling the shortstop off. Boy, that could have been a big-time Little Caesars double play there for the Indians, but instead dodged a bullet there, did the Parsons, as the runner does advance in scoring position. So this will be McCollum, the right fielder, to dig in here. We're in the top of the 7th inning. ICC nursing a 4-3 lead. Indians have had 2 runs taken off the board in this game. Back in the first inning, it was a questionable foul ball call on a solo home run by Medlin that eventually turned into a pop out to short to end the first inning. And then Medlin again would have scored on a wild pitch, but the home plate umpire was not in position to make the proper call, as that breaking pitch of beauty but called a strike. So Medlin has been on the short end of the stick when it's come to a couple of calls by the home plate umpire this afternoon. We'll look at our replays of all of our plays and part of the Renaissance Bank post-game report here. ICC leading 4-3, tying run at second, foul ball. 1-2 now. Goes the count here on McCollum. McCollum is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He has struck out. He did have an RBI single back part of that 3-run third inning for the Parsons, and then he also grounded out 1-3 in his first at bat of the afternoon. 1-2 is the count. Ground ball, shortstop's going over, ranges deep, snaps throw over to second, gets away. Probably the only play he had that time with the speedy McCollum streaking down the line. So he reaches on a fielder's choice. Does McCollum that time.
Number 30, Caleb Hansen.
So now what will be the DH Hansen? So the winning run, or I should say the go-ahead run, is at first base here for Snead State. And Hansen, who is 0 for 3 on the afternoon with a pair of strikeouts, will come to the plate. Coach Collier wanting to come out and talk to Hughes here. He does have a couple of arms warming up in the bullpen. So we're going to take a quick timeout. Hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
Etowah Community College presents the 22nd Annual Bluegrass and Gospel Concert benefiting the ICC Foundation on Saturday, March 3rd at the Davis Event Center in Fulton. This year's performers include the Isaacs, Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Aaron Wilburn, Christy Miller, and Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. $20 general admission and $30 reserved seating can be purchased online at iccms.edu/concert. Doors open at 2, music starts at 4. For more information, visit iccms.edu or call 862-8039. That's the ICC Bluegrass and Gospel Concert on Saturday, March 3rd in Fulton.
I love these soft pretzel twists.
They're so soft and salty, I like to sample them. That was a tongue twister!
Here's another one. Peter Piper picked a pack of perfect pretzels.
Hold up. Your last name is Piper?
Try a new warm and buttery soft pretzel twist with the Sonic Fruit Fizz. This is how you Sonic.
And welcome back. Now, as we do have a Choice Pond pitching change here, as it'll be Braden Ellis. It's like a listed as an infielder, but doesn't have pitcher behind his name, at least unless he's changed a number. So that pitch across for a strike. 1 out. Runners at first and second. The tying run in scoring position here in the top of the 7th. Ellis enters here with Henson welcoming him to the ball game. Checks the runner at second, now delivers. Pitch across for a strike, and quickly ahead in the count now. 0-2 is Ellis. Game 1 of 2 scheduled this afternoon here in Fulton. Hanson set to deliver. Fastball lifted. Right fielder going back, drifting back, and will squeeze it. Runner will advance from second to third. So now with 2 outs, Williams coming to the plate here, the first baseman.
Zach Williams.
Williams on the afternoon, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. His last at bat, he flew out to right to end the 5th. He's also grounded out to the pitcher. But right now for the Indians, got to be careful with runners on the corner. The tying run is at third. But good news for the Indians, though, they do have an at bat in the bottom half of the inning. But boy, I tell you what, if Snead's come back and ties this thing up, you really got to go back and think about that missed call by the home plate umpire that took a run off the board for the Indians. That pitch right down Broadway. We talk about that play. It was a big one and a tough one. This pitch lifted. Left fielder's going over, makes the diving catch. Did he catch it? They're going to say no, he did not. And the ball popped out of his glove and the run will score. E7 as Williams gets the run to score, and we're tied.
Now batting number 2, Joseph Hartsfield.
So an error on the Indians. And we're tied at 4. Oh, what a tough go of that one that time. Sedale, like his footing kind of slipped when he took his step back, then tried to charge up that time. Couldn't find the ball in enough time, and so now the Indians in a little bit of trouble here. That pitch missing for a ball. That one across for a strike, even with the count now at 1-1. Well, the run now is coming back to haunt the Indians, and what should be a 5-4 contest is now tied up 4-4 here in the top of the 7th with 2 outs and runners on the corners for the Parsons. That pitch missing. This pitch popped up. Right fielder's going to have to hurry. Coming over and will squeeze it for the 3rd out of the inning. So big out there as we'll go to the bottom of the 7th tied. Let's go back and take a look at the.
It was 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error.
The play we were talking about earlier. If we can here. It may not allow me to. It appears is not going to let me go back and look at that play. Or here it is. You see the throw, the touch of the bag, no tag. Even the pitcher for the Parsons reacting as if he missed the play. The umpire, you'll see it again here. Oh, man, tough play there. Tough break for the Indians. As we go now to the bottom of the 7th, ICC and Snead State tied at 4. Credit Snead State, though. They didn't let that get to them. They battled back and have a chance to force this game into extra innings here. For the Indians, it'll be Lewis, Lancaster, and Krieger due up here, the 9-1-2 batters for ICC. Also, you got a flashback all the way back to the 1st inning on a delayed foul ball call on what looked to be a solo home run by Medlin. It's just unfortunate for Medlin. He has been part of both of those situations that had runs taken off the board by the home plate umpire here in this game, as he was also the runner that scored on the wild pitch that the umpire missed there earlier on. So either way it goes, that's one beautiful thing about baseball, the human error part. That's one thing that I've always enjoyed about the game of baseball. Unfortunate right now for the Indians, though. But just like players can make errors to change the outcome of the game. You got the human error factor of the umpires as well. And unfortunately right now the Indians a little bit on the short end of that stick. But hey, you've got to score 1 run here. That's all you got to do. In the bottom of the 7th to be able to battle your way and pick up this win here over a scrappy bunch of Parsons of Snead State. And there's a shot to lead things off here by Lewis, the shortstop, and he'll lead off with a single, his second hit of the day, and a good start to the inning here for the Indians.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Lancaster.
So now it will be Lancaster. So a leadoff single there. I hear the grounds crew heading towards softball, so that game could be getting close to final on the other side of campus. We'll try to get you a scoreboard update on that one. So Lancaster, who singled and drove in a run in his last at-bat, ball in the dirt, doesn't get away, runner stays. ICC up 6-4 after 6 complete in game 1 against Marion Military. That's in softball. ICC at Snead State 4-4 here in the bottom of the 7th, game 1 in baseball. Winning run is at first. That's Lewis. Shows bunt, ball gets away. Lewis, though, was in the process of trying to get back after the bunt was not successful, and so unable to advance on the pass ball there. So Coach Collier wanting to come out to talk to Lancaster here. In Lancaster's first at bat, he blistered one out to center field, but the center fielder able to make the squeeze on it for the first out of the contest. In his second at bat, he grounded into a 6-4-3 Little Caesars double play to end the third. His bat before this, he singled, drove in a run, and eventually came around to score part of that 4-run, bottom of the 5th inning for the Indians. 4-4 is your score. Winning run for the Indians at first base. There's no out. Jackson Lancaster at the plate here for the Indians. So 2-0 is the count here to Lancaster. Shows bunt, pulls back, but called a strike. Lancaster, a freshman. He's out of Corinth, Mississippi. Went to Corinth High School. 2-1 now is the count. No outs and a runner on first here for the Indians. Bottom of the 7th. 4-4 is your score. Throw over to first. No tag applied as Lewis slides in safely. Two-one pitch coming, and it hit him. Or they're going to say it was a bunt attempt, so he will not get his base, or will he? Nope. Yeah, he will. Okay, so they're going to reward him first base. See if we get a little bit of an argument out of the Snead State. Or instead, now they are going to bring him back. I didn't think they were going to give him that with the bunt attempt on. So after awarding him the first base, called him back, and somebody very vocal. Don't know if it was out of the Snead State dugout or a fan upset with that, and the umpire just calling time. Letting everybody settle. 2-2 now is the count after that last pitch called a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Swung on and missed for the strikeout there of Lancaster. That is the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Snead.
Now batting number 15, Kyle Krieger.
And now up will be Kyle Krieger. He doubled to drive in a run in his last at bat, also scored. So with 1 out and a runner at first for the Indians, 4-4 is your score here in the bottom of the 7th. Snap throw over, the ball gets away. And Lewis will round second. Now he's going to try to hurry to third, and the tag not in time. Great job that time by Connor Lewis picking up Coach Collier in a hurry. E1 on the play allows a 2-base error. That's going to be the third error of the ball game here for the Parsons, and good news for the Indians now. With one out, the runner is at third base. A deep fly ball to the outfield could push the game-winning run home for the Indians. So with 2 outs and the runner at third, ICC can try to find a way to win this one in dramatic fashion. First error of the ball game for the Parsons. And it comes at an unfortunate time there for all those watching in favor of Snead State. "4-4 is your score. Runner at third for the Indians, bottom of the 7th. Krieger is at the plate. Swings on this one, pops it up. Right fielder hurrying over. And that one gets out of play. I tell you what, smart play that time if it did not get out of play to allow that ball to drop, because if he catches it, that's going to allow the run to tag up and score from third. So Krieger at the plate. He doubled, walked, and grounded out to the pitcher. Trying to get some late game heroics here for the Indians. 0-1 is the count. Time is taken. Or actually, they're going to give him an intentional walk. So they're going to intentionally walk Krieger to try to set up a potential double play ball. And this is going to be Medlin. And they're going to walk Medlin to load the bases. So bases loaded situation here. And LeBryant Sedale coming to the plate. He singled his last time up and struck out and grounded out to shortstop. So right now, if you're Sedale, you take this as an insult, as they're going to walk 2 to get to you here. So Sedale will come over and talk to Dylan Ernest, first-year assistant coach here for the Indians. Game-winning run is at third. Bases full of Indians, 1 out. As the old chant would say, look what a hit would do. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. ICC and Snead State tied 4-4. Tupelos, LeBryant Sedale at the plate. That pitch gets away, and that could do it. How about a little redemption for the Indians? After a missed call by the home plate umpire, it's a wild pitch that allows the game-winning run to score. ICC wins it 5-4 in dramatic fashion here in the bottom of the 7th. What a big-time play there for the Indians. ICC gets the win after Lewis scores on the wild pitch. And ICC wins it 5-4 here in Game 1. What a game, ladies and gentlemen, up and down, just all sorts of crazy, as ICC picks up the win here in Game 1 of 2 scheduled this afternoon. Let's take a look at all the Little Caesars replays from earlier today and try to recap today's contest. The win goes to Sam Harrington. Hughes, or actually I believe it might have been Ellis getting the save. We'll go back and look at that. Rich for Snead State has 3 hits. He did strike out.
That concludes Game 1 of today's doubleheader.
As ICC wins it 5-4. Let's give you your final line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits for the Indians. 1, 2, 3. Looks like 4 hits. ICC, so here you go. For Snead, it was 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. For ICC, 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. And this contest here, of course, we talked about the big-time miss call at home. Thought it was going to haunt the Indians. Instead, ICC wins it in almost ironic and rightfully so fashion on a wild pitch that should have won the ball game anyway the first time in the contest. They were able to get that on a wild pitch as Lewis came across to score. Lancaster had 1 hit. Krieger had a double. He was walked twice. Medlin had a 1 hit. He drove in 2 runs with that hit. He was walked once. Sedale had a hit. Bunch was walked once. Weaver had a hit. Milren had a single and walked, scored a run. Neighbors walked once, and then Connor Lewis, our Sonic star of the game, had 2 hits, scored 2 runs, including the game-winning run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, that's going to do it here for Game 1. As you take a look at the replays here from today's victory, ICC picks up a 5-4 victory here in Game 1. That is career win as head coach at ICC. 499 for Coach Rick Collier, as Rick and the Indians can hit a milestone here in the next game if they can find a way to win it or find a way to finish it with the rains moving into the area. ICC wins Game 1 by the final score of 5-4. We'll take a break and come back with Game 2 in about 20 minutes. So maybe right around that 3:30 mark, we'll have the start of Game 2. Be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.